Watching Hollywood movies about superheroes, one can notice people with superpowers connecting with mutation. However, mutations in real life are far more terrible than in the movies. Hey everyone, Bubble here, and these are 10 real people with shocking genetic mutations. Let's go. Epidermal dysplasia verruciformis is the illness not only difficult to pronounce, but is a very unpleasant mutation, which slowly but surely transforms you into a tree. A man starts to resemble Groot. I'm sure you don't want to be like Groot, as a man with such mutation doesn't have any superpowers and doesn't start to consume the sun's energy. Meanwhile, the ill person not only loses the ability to eat food himself, but also to walk normally. All known medicines can only ease the poor man's condition, but not for long. I'm sure you wouldn't want to have such a mutation as progeria, because it causes a person to get old early. People with such an illness do not live more than 13 years, and their life looks like a torture. But there are some joyful and active people with such illness, such as Sam Burns. This boy was fond of sports and was good at playing drums. He even made his own movie. He wanted to enter university after school to study genetics, but unfortunately the illness caught up with him and took his life at the age of 17 years old. There are few people who know about the real people wolves in the world. This mutation is called hypertrichosis, or simply speaking, excessive hairiness. This changing of genes is not as bad as the previous one. Many times people differ from others only by their hairiness. One of the most vivid examples is Petrus Gonsalves, who was one of the favorites of the French king in the 16th century. Thanks to that, Petrus was given a first-class education, nice house, and personal protection from the ruler himself. Nowadays, such people are needed greatly in show business and cinematograph due to their unusual appearance. If people who suffer from hypertrichosis might be mixed up with werewolves on one hand, then persons with Kaposi's disease might resemble vampires on the other hand. This is not cool at all because the sun simply kills poor guys. This mutation works like a ticking time bomb. When the skin absorbs enough ultraviolet rays, eventually they'll get tumors as well as skin cancer. Fibrodysplasians ossificans progressiva, or simply FOP, might be called the most dangerous and strange mutation because it goes along with consistent appearing of new bones. And this is not regeneration. New bones grow over the old ones and might break the flesh. Eventually, a man with such disease turns into a real statue and isn't able to move. All in all, eventually the bones grow steadily through all the vital organs and slowly kill their owner. Proteus syndrome is rightly named after the Greek god who could change the shape of his body. Skin and the muscles grow rapidly due to the bones, but only some parts of the body grow very fast. It looks rather terrifying, and there are no remedies for this mutation. The death of such patients directly depends on the mutation. A well-known elephant man died because of the heavy weight of his head. His head was so heavy that when he threw his head back while sleeping, it ended up blocking his airwaves, and the man suffocated and died. The mutation of ectrodactyly resembles someone's evil joke. Since his birth, the man has got something like clashes instead of ordinary hands and feet. While the clashes help crustaceans to survive, they bring only suffering and torture to the man for all of his life, both due to the shape of his arms and the mockery of other people. Have you ever seen the film A Boy in a Plastic Bubble? If you didn't see it, then go rush and watch it, because it tells a story about a real boy for whom regular air was poisonous. He used to live in a fully sealed, transparent plastic room for 13 years. Even one tiny germ could kill him, because he didn't have any immune system at all. Doctors tried to kill this mutation and cure the brave boy, having implanted a new bone marrow for him, but the poor boy died during the surgery as a result. Desensitization to pain, or simply hereditary sensory neuropathy type 1. Probably many of you would like to have such a kind of mutation, but I don't recommend that you have it. On the one hand, many people might think they're a superhero without any fear of suffering, but on the other hand, pain saves us from different negative things, and the lack of it might have a tragic end. A lot of people dream to be young forever, but a few people know that there are some people with a special mutation that have stopped at one level of their development and do not develop any further. Brooke Greenberg is a vivid example. She was 20 years old according to her passport, but in reality, she has a 4-year-old child, body and brain. Of course, being a child forever is not a pleasant gift of fate. Brooke didn't die from a murder or her elderly age, but from a big amount of illnesses that followed Brooke all of her life. She was practically a child, so she did die happy, unaware of all of her problems and difficulties. Again, thanks for watching. Bubble here again. Don't forget to subscribe and give us a healthy like.